Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And many of you throughout the entire merger process commented on my videos stating that this merger would create job losses, and cuts. And some of you said positions that were created with one or the other company would no longer be existent. Well, it looks like by fact, if you look at history and mergers, it seems to always be the case that there are job losses and job cuts and position cuts, redundant positions no longer existent, and the T-Mobile and Sprint merger is no different. Some of you have said it. I've seen some analysts say it. I've seen some people say that were advocates for and against the merger. The CWA said it throughout the merger hearings that this would result in job losses. And T-Mobile stated the complete opposite, that it would create jobs. Now, there's two sides of this. So by this title from ARS Technica, we knew T-Mobile couldn't be trusted. Union says after 5,000 job cuts. Now, here's the thing. Initially, we knew job cuts were coming. There were a lot of redundant positions between the companies. Some got demoted and some just ended up quitting. Where did T-Mobile get the job growth that was coming? Why did they put that in the merger filings? Is that still going to happen? Yes, you got to give them some time. They got to build these call centers. They just don't pop up. Some buildings I know can be rented. Some are being built brand new. So that's jobs right there. They're still expanding the network into rural cities and towns. So those will be positions created as well as new stores get built. So the job growth that T-Mobile is speaking of and that they filed for in the merger is going to come over time. Initially, they will post likely even more than the 5,000 job cuts that have already happened. If you guys haven't seen it or aren't aware, there are a lot of redundant stores now that T-Mobile will have to eventually cut the leases on some of those stores. There's no way they can continue operating double the stores. It just makes no business sense. There are some malls where T-Mobile has two stores literally in the same mall, on the same floor. Like it makes no business sense to do that. So you got to cut whatever store has the least amount of time left on their lease has to get cut. So those employees, some of those employees just won't be around. They have to go by seniority, likely performance based, and then those employees that have seniority and that have good performance, they get plugged into other stores that are existing. But the employees that are new, that haven't gained any seniority, that are performing lesser than the other employees, they will likely get laid off. And that's still happening. That hasn't even picked up steam. I still have people send me pictures and emails and videos of literally two T-Mobile stores in the same shopping mall. I've seen it here. There are two T-Mobile stores in many parts of town where they're literally within like 40 steps walking distance. So that redundancy has to get cut. There's no way around it. They can't keep operating two stores and two networks. It's inefficient. It's not efficient at all. So that's why the investors are a bit iffy on T-Mobile, because they have to spend that money to decommission sites and to break leases. So yes, there's going to be a cost involved in that, $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion per year, maybe even more, to accelerate it. But investors and analysts should have known that was the case. They've talked about it throughout the entire process of the merger. This was going to happen. There's no way that T-Mobile was going to continue paying for rent and leases for two companies. That makes no sense. So just wanted to hear from you guys. I'm sure some of you are going to comment, I told you so. We knew this was going to happen. But again, I think right now the job cuts that are happening up front are merger related, which was to be expected. As I mentioned, there's nothing different here. There's no way that they can keep 30 employees running one store. There's just too many employees that are going to be standing around taking up space. If they combined two stores into one and they kept all the employees, 80% of the employees would just be standing around not doing nothing, and then they're also splitting the commission too, because there's so many people that are going to want sales, so that it just makes no sense to keep them. So they have to lay them off, and I'm sure some of the employees have already figured that that was going to happen, and some have been made aware of that already. And as you see, 5,000 job cuts have already happened throughout the company. So let me know how you think about this in the comment section. What you think about this in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading the comments. If you have been on the channel or you are new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload the content. Make sure to follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.